What if your dream of owning a luxury modern farmhouse in Los Angeles could happen today without waiting months to build? Welcome to the Zircon Modern Farmhouse at Hidden Oaks by Toll Brothers, a spectacular Chatsworth luxury home tour featuring one of the finest luxury new construction homes in the San Fernando Valley. This quick and move in home is packed with over $300,000 in designer upgrades, showcasing open concept living, high end finishes, and the perfect mix of modern style with farmhouse charm. And stay tuned because in this video, this Chatsworth luxury home tour will also reveal the exclusive incentives Toll Brothers is offering right now for buyers moving to Chatsworth. It's Scott Himmelstein with the Scott Himmelstein Group. So welcome back to another new construction home tour here in Los Angeles. And today brings us back to another new construction home tour where we'll be back at the Hidden Oaks community by Toll Brothers in Chatsworth in the west part of the San Fernando Valley. We're located west of Topanga Boulevard, and again in the western portion of the San Fernando Valley, sandwiched essentially in between the 118 freeway and the 101 freeway. Now, these are beautiful homes, right? They're larger homes. They start at 4,200 and then go all the way up to what we're looking at today, which is the Zircon Modern Farmhouse, which is 5,116 square feet of living space. And that is the largest floor plan. That's what we're going to be taking a look at today. Before we were looking at the Sunstone Modern, and that was just over 4,600 square feet of living space. This is a quick move-in home. So as opposed to maybe the model home or a home that was built from scratch, those are taking right now currently 9 to 10 months. This one's ready for immediate occupancy. So if you needed to move in within 30 days or less, this might be a great option because not everybody can wait 9 to 12 months. Maybe that's not your timeline. So the good thing about that is that the builder has already spent $305,000 on designer appointed upgrades. So $65,000 in structural upgrades, $20,000 in electrical upgrades, and the rest have been spent on essentially the designer appointed upgrades, which we're going to show you during this home tour. So of the 33 home sites, currently they've sold 15 of those. We currently actually have one of those in escrow ourselves. So I'm very familiar with this community. So stay tuned and watch this video. I'm going to talk to you not only about the upgrades that they've done to this home, but also how we're able to help our YouTube clients and people like yourself when buying new home construction and how that's made such a big difference for so many of our clients. So stay tuned for that in this video as well. All right, so let's start with the exterior of this home. Again, this is the Zircon Modern Farmhouse. So of course, because it is a farmhouse, they want to go for that farmhouse look. Now, this is basically like a limestone, sandstone exterior, but it's all a facade. It's not real. It's more like a veneer more than anything else, but it does have a beautiful look to it. Now, you will be responsible to basically landscape your front and your backyard. And when we get into the backyard, I'll go into more details about that. Let's make our way here to the front of the house and let's go inside and start this home tour. Welcome inside the 5-bedroom, 5.5 bathroom, 5,116 square feet of living space, the Zircon Modern Farmhouse. So previously in the last quick move-in ready home, we featured a Sunstone Modern home, and we also featured the same floor plan in the actual model home, which we featured earlier this year. We're going to include both of those in the description so you're able to compare and contrast. Now, this home, like we said before on the exterior, this home includes over $305,000 in designer appointed features throughout the house. And you can start right here with the designer appointed hardwood flooring and upgraded tiling. That is a big one. And I probably say that's probably one of the biggest expenses if our buyers, when it comes to new construction, decide to opt for it, is to be able to upgrade the flooring. And, you know, look, like just on the downstairs level alone, if you were to do the entire space, including the bedroom, you're probably looking at approximately at least $40,000, right? If you decide to have the builder do it. So this is one of the conversations that I like to have with our clients when you're building from scratch. Now, here is a different story because this is move-in ready. The builder has already installed this flooring for you. And so as opposed to the Sunstone Modern, which we saw in the last video, that home, well, guess what? The builder kind of went more basic, right, on the tile. And so, you know, as a result, I think a lot more people are going to like this hardwood flooring for sure. And especially the color of it, because you have that modern farmhouse that you're trying to go for, especially on the exterior, and trying to continue that theme and motif in the inside. All right, let's start here from the beginning. As always, look at those soaring high ceilings right here, and it just opens up right where you can immediately see into your backyard. Now, starting from the entryway, if you were to go over to your left, you're going to have your first bedroom, which is located obviously downstairs. This is towards the front of the house. And you can see some of that upgraded tiling right here in this bathroom. Now, I will say this, that this is a standard right here, quartz countertop. But look at the white cabinetry. That is an upgraded cabinetry for sure. And then usually, typically, whatever you go in the kitchen, they kind of continue that through the rest of the house. You have your upgraded tile backsplash right here in the shower enclosure itself. The carpeting inside your walk-in closet on your first bedroom on the first level. And again, that's one of 5 bedrooms. Now, as we go over here, right, over to your left, you're going to have your flex room. So this is a great spot. Most people use it as a home office, and that's usually how they have it staged by almost every single builder, is to have that flex rooms basically staged as an office. But I've seen people use it as a play area, right? You know, you kind of have it like as an extra den. You can put an extra, you know, essentially TV in here. And I've also seen people use it as a formal dining room too. So it really just depends on what you're looking to use it for. So let me know in the comments below what you would utilize this space for. All right, so here is your formal dining room as part of this really large, great room. You have your living room, your formal dining room, and of course your kitchen over to your right. Now, let's start with the kitchen itself. You have this upgraded white flat panel cabinetry, giving you that super modern look, a really sleek look, and something that's really important, but you have to get it as an upgrade, especially if you're building from scratch. A lot of times people just assume that it's going to come to you this way, is the soft closing drawers. So that's something that people really like. So this is an upgraded quartz countertop that you're able to get. And then look, this is your waterfall edge island, another upgrade that you're able to utilize here, right? And that's, again, all included. There's no extra cost in this. So this one, again, $2,375,000. So of course you have your stainless steel hood, and like we see in all the models here, right, when you have this Wolf appliance package, you have this stainless steel, right, you have this induction cooktop on top, and then look, you have 2 right ovens. You have your stainless steel dishwasher and your SubZero refrigerator, as well as your built-in microwave right here. So I really like this a lot. And then because you have all this white cabinetry and you have the gray veins, so smart choice by putting a tile backsplash that is actually gray. That is really the perfect color to go with this quartz countertop. Let me know what you think of this color combination here in this kitchen. So look, like, I think this is really smart. They went with an upgraded cabinetry, which I think kind of gives it, again, that modern look. But again, you're not paying anything extra for it. It's all included in the price because the builder, you know, already chose this for you, working with the design team. So again, trying to give it that modern look, but also kind of keep that farmhouse look. Now look here, you have your Kohler kitchen sink, stainless steel as well. Now, this is a conversation I always have with our buyers when it comes to new construction. And, you know, a lot of times it might be $2,000 to $4,000 more to put in a larger or a higher end sink. And, you know, that's something that you're going to be using pretty much every day. So that is one upgrade that a lot of times I do recommend when it comes to that. And if you are getting a stainless steel sink, make sure you spend the $15, $20 and get a grate to protect the bottom of it. All right, so this is where you're going to enter from your garage area. Straight ahead is going to be, this is your walk-in pantry right here. And as we discussed before, that, you know, Toll Brothers now, you can either get this as a frosted door, but you can't get it as a clear door. They've gone away from that, so that is no longer an option that you have available for you. I like the fact that you're able to have more storage right here. If it was me, especially knowing that I have younger children, I would actually put a sitting bench right here, so this way everybody can put their shoes on and take it off, and so you don't trudge all that dirt in from the outside and bringing it into the interior. Now, so many times that you see in the model homes that you have all these designer appointed walls, right? You have designer wallpaper, right? And you have designer finishes on the walls. Again, this is a great opportunity for you to see that none of that's even available. Even if you wanted to pay extra and order that at the design studio, it's not even an option. And most builders, not just Toll Brothers, are in the same boat on that. So it kind of gives you an idea, but you'd have to have your contractor come in and be able to finish that off for you after the close of escrow. Now, here you do have the 78-inch fireplace here in this great room, and that features also here, as we pan over to our right, the expansive glass wall, right? And then you also have the additional 12x8 glass panel stacking door, which really showcases the private mountain vistas over here, which we'll take a look at more when we go outside. So I think this is one of the features and one of the upgrades that I think that almost a lot of our buyers go for. One of the structural upgrades is getting these stackable doors, and you can either enter to the backyard from the living room or the kitchen itself. This is something that a lot of the buyers look for on resale, especially when it comes to a lot of the resale homes in Porter Ranch that we've been involved with. That's something that a lot of the buyers look for, as well as having all of the cabinetry go all the way to the top of the ceiling. That's another upgrade as well. You're looking at approximately, you know, about $15,000 to $20,000 on that upgrade. And then a lot of times, usually the door adjacent to the hood, you could also have it a glass door, basically so people could see into, and there's ambient lighting, just like you have underneath the cabinetry over here. You can get that as well, but like everything else, it's an upgrade. So here, that's not an option because everything has already been chosen for you. Now here, this is where your formal dining room is going to be. That's why I was saying you could either have it here, and sometimes, you know, people actually have it over here and they move it to this part of the house. Totally up to you. I personally really like it here in the middle to kind of be able to break up the space in between the living room and your kitchen. Now at this kitchen, you're able to put 4 to 5 stools or chairs. So it's a great area to be able to entertain friends and family. And then you can move that over here in this great room, either to your dining room or living room space. So let me know what you think of this downstairs space. Scott Himmelstein with the Scott Himmelstein Group. So what do you think of this 5-bedroom, 5.5 bathroom home, 5,116 square feet of living space, again, here at the Hidden Oaks community? Now, remember, they've sold 15 of the 33 home sites so far. And the difference here is that this is a quick move-in ready home. You don't have to wait for them to build it from scratch. You don't have to wait 9 to 12 months. And the build out time here in this master plan community is approximately 9 to 10 months as of filming this video. So in addition, they're also offering an additional $75,000 on incentives on this home because this is a quick move-in ready home. So the builder really wants to be able to move the inventory that they consider the quick move-in homes. And you can basically move into this home in 30 days or less, depending on your financing or if you're purchasing all cash, right? So that's something to keep in mind too, because not everybody wants to or has the timeline to wait 9 to 12 months. And not everybody wants to go through the whole process of being able to go through the design center and pick everything out and choose choose, you know, what options they want, but a lot of people do. But if you're the person that doesn't want to have to wait and are satisfied with everything that the builder's already chosen, remember, that's over $300,000 in designer appointed upgrades here in this home. Well, guess what? This might be the house for you. And I always say that it's really important that when you go to visit the builder for the first time, even if you're just looking at it, call your real estate agent, reach out to myself. I'd love to be able to accompany with you, because you want to be able to come in with a plan, right? And this is something I like to do because a lot of you contact me off of our YouTube channel. And what I really like to do is kind of have a Zoom call with you first, answer a lot of questions for you, and learn about your needs and wants. And I can answer a lot of the ins and outs from not just Toll Brothers, but from all the builders. Again, I have a relationship with them, but I work for you, not the builder. So that's really important, and it doesn't cost you a penny out of your pocket, right? So there's no reason why you shouldn't be calling me to help you when it comes to buying new construction. Plus, we have over 250 reviews, 5-star reviews on Zillow and Google alone, so you can check those out as well. All right, let's get back to the home tour. All right, let's make our way upstairs. The stairs are carpeted in this home. I would say maybe 65–70% of our new construction buyers end up electing to put carpet upstairs, and that's something that you could always change pretty easily down the road. Now, when it comes to property taxes, the estimated property taxes and the current base tax rate is approximately 1.265%. Obviously, way better than what you're looking up at in Valencia. Let's hope the light turns on, and it does here for us automatically, as opposed to up in northern LA County, where it could easily be 1.8 or 1.9%. So that's a lot of money. So here I like the fact that you have your Kohler sink in your laundry room. And again, you have the nice cabinetry down here, and then you have the built-in cabinetry up on top as well. So we'll turn around over here. Schools are going to be Chatsworth Park Elementary, Ernest Lawrence Middle School, and Chatsworth Charter High School. So we'll come on over here and take a look at a few bedrooms. All the bedrooms have their own individual bathroom, so that's always nice. So again, you have the carpeted flooring in here. This one has the walk-in closet. There you go. And then over here, this is one of your attached bathrooms. Now here, they just have the plain, this is the standard tile backsplash that you will see. And then again, this is the same quartz countertop that will be offered to you, and that is standard. That's definitely not an upgrade. All right, so come on over here. And then a lot of people ask about solar as we show you the linen closets. And when it comes to solar, the solar system, approximately $20,000. You can buy it out or lease it. And if you decide in the event that you actually wanted a battery wall, well, guess what? You can do that too. It's an extra $13,500. As far as the Homeowners Association dues, currently they stand at $325, but the final amount will be determined at build out, and it will cover the maintenance and the operation of the common areas with the community of Hidden Oaks, including common area landscaping, common area block walls, fencing, gates, just some of the things that you might actually find, including the equestrian trails in this community. So here's another bedroom in the front of this house on the upstairs level, and here we go. Light turns on, and look, again, standard tiling, right, with the standard quartz, and again, your standard right here tile in your shower. So there's no upgrade in that shower, but you do have a walk-in closet just like you do the other bedrooms. All right, so let me know what you think of the upstairs so far. And then in addition, something that I really like over here, and the fact that it's not right off the staircase is something that I really think is smart, is look at the size of the loft upstairs, right? Because so many times it's right off the top of the stairway, and you know, people are passing through and whatnot. But here, it's on the west side of the house on this current home site. And then this is a good spot. You could easily see how it's wired right here. Put in a large screen TV, which is probably what most people are going to do. So in addition to maybe having one downstairs, you could have everybody up here also being able to entertain friends and family. And at the same time, you know, you could kind of keep it separate too, right? So maybe some people are upstairs, the kids upstairs, adults downstairs, and vice versa. And then across this walkway, you have this amazing view of your glass wall, as well as the great room as you traverse over to the east side of the house. And now we're going to go into the primary bedroom. So as we enter into the primary bedroom, as opposed to the Sunstone modern home that we looked at in the last video, that one had the upgraded overlook deck. This one does not. So this gives you a better idea of what it looks like, because in the model home, they also have the overlook deck. So this will show you what it looks like without that. Now again, you have the upgraded tile flooring, you have your enormous soaking tub, and usually typically what will happen is whatever countertop they choose in the kitchen is what you will get automatically in your primary bathroom. So they keep the same cabinetry, right, and quartz countertop here in your primary bathroom. They have your separate vanities, one on the left side and one on the right side in this home. And then of course you have your large shower enclosure. Let's go step inside here for a second just to give you a closer look to it. You have your rain shower head. That's an upgrade right there. And not only the tile flooring is an upgrade, but also look right here from the sitting bench all the way to the ceiling. That tile is an upgrade also. There's so many things that you can pick out at the design center, and that even includes grout, right? So you know, there's so many things you have to think about when you go to the design center. So the fact that you don't have to think about anything here really makes things easier for you. You can just move right in. So here, look, they have the built-ins currently right here. Now, again, if you've seen the model home, they have these massive built-ins. It's great. And that kind of runs you between $35,000 to $45,000. I'd say very few of our clients actually elect to go with that. It's beautiful, but it probably makes more sense to hire someone, you know, per se from maybe Closet World than to actually go ahead and do it through the builder. So there's some things, that's why I like to be with you at the design center, where it makes way more sense, you know, for you to actually go ahead and meet with me at the design center, because that's money you could save towards other parts of the house. And probably, you know, the biggest one is the epoxy finish. So they offer that for you to put in your garage. And, you know, a lot of times the builder charges $8,000 to $9,000, where you can probably get the same thing depending on the finish between $3,500 and $5,000. Now, the reason why you might pay $8,000 to $9,000 is convenience, because this way, day one, when you move in, you don't have to worry about it. It's already done, and it's one less thing for you to have to worry about it. There's no right or wrong answer on that. It's just really what your preference might be. All right, so let's make our way again through the great room and exit our way into the backyard through the stackable doors. Okay, so now we're outside, and this is your patio right here. Now, on the Sunstone Modern, both the model home and the quick move-in home that we already featured, right, you could have that set up as an overlook deck, but it's not done here on this home. So it's not something you can add even if you wanted it. So here in the backyard, now one of the attributes of this community is the fact that you're able to have a really large lot. So look at the size of this. You know, one of the things that I always hear in criticisms of new construction is the fact that, like, well, you know what, the lot's really small, I'm gonna high five my neighbor from the bathroom. But here the lots are pretty big. And in addition to that, you know, a lot of times, how many times have we seen this where, you know, the sidewalls, you know, on the borders of the property are just wrought iron, so you have no privacy. But here you have all these block walls, right? And of course you have all these rock-filled mountain vistas here in your backyard. Now, on right here, the back of the home, now you can see that expansive glass wall that we were talking about from the inside, and how beautiful those stackable doors really look. So this is a gorgeous home, and love to hear what you guys actually think of it. All right, so what do you think of the Zircon Modern Farmhouse? So the Zircon Modern Farmhouse, 5 bedrooms, 5.5 baths, 5,116 square feet of living space. Again, this is a quick move-in ready home. There's no upgrades. There's nothing else you need to do. You don't have to choose anything else. You can move into this home as early as within 30 days or less, depending on your financing. So let me know if this might be an option for you. Again, listed at $2,375,000 at the time of shooting this video. All right, so again, like I said before, Toll Brothers also offering $75,000 in additional incentives. So maybe you want to use it to buy out the solar system, buy down your interest rate, use it at the design center. You can't use it to lower the purchase price, but you can use it for a variety of different things. And that's one of the things I wanted to talk to you about is that right now we're really finding that our buyers, if you're looking at a dirt lot, building from scratch, it's a totally different story. But if you're looking for a quick move-in home, the incentives that they're offering right now, and they're offering a lot of incentives on top of that because the builders want to move that inventory as quickly as possible. So builders are reaching out to me literally every single week, almost every single day right now. It feels like I'm getting a call from a lot of the different builders. And because I have a relationship with them, a lot of things they're offering to me that the general public may not be able to see. So this is something that if you're interested in your community, reach out to me. Again, I have a relationship with them. And the good thing about working with myself is that it doesn't cost you a penny. The builders pay for it. So, and you get all the expertise of someone who knows how to handle new construction and can walk you through the process from beginning to end. So if you have any questions, definitely let me know, and love to be a resource for you and be able to answer, the questions that are keeping you up late at night when it comes to new construction, because right now, new construction, there are often some incredible deals and incentives. And I think that if you're going to be buying new construction, this might be the time to be able to do it right now, especially as builders are trying to wheel and deal with the general public. So hope you enjoyed this video. Again, Scott Himmelstein with the Scott Himmelstein Group, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next home tour.